Hello, hello. I believe we are live. We should be at the very least. Once again, YouTube has betrayed me and showed top chat instead of live chat. That has been fixed. But glad to have you here. Once again, back in Satisfactory 1.2, where last stream we did the first phase of the space elevator. And we now have the opportunity to unlock a bunch of cool stuff. We just have to research it. So we did vehicular transport last time. We probably should get into basic steel production sometime soon. But I think it would be great to go ahead and build one of these tractors here and do a little bit of exploring. Maybe go find the lizard doggo cave. And I think there's some stuff in there we might want to have. So, speaking of the lizard doggos, we do have an enclosure over here. We've gotten one whose name is Gary, because of course it is. And last time Gary gave us something. I don't think it's been long enough for him to have anything else, but we'll see what happens. So, for us to make a tractor, there's a bunch of components that we're going to have to probably manually craft, but we do have... Oh, it's actually not that bad. It's only one more rotor and 10 of the reinforced iron plates. And I don't remember exactly what this is supposed to be making. Ah, modular frames. Now, is that one of those things? I do have to have 5 of those. So let's... the reinforced iron plates. Well, I think you know what's about to happen here. Actually, would not be a bad idea before we get too comfortable for us to put in a crafting bench up here, just so we don't have to keep running back and forth. So I'm just going to make these by hand, because I know how much you guys love seeing that. Hello lag, hello battery, hope you're both doing well this evening. Actually, depending on what time zone you're in, it could actually be tomorrow. We'll see. Climbed Snowdon. Is that a... I'm assuming that's a mountain. How was that? Yeah, time zones mentioned. I know how much you love time zones. Let's just feed this manually real quick. 3 of those makes 2. That means I need to have 12 of these. Let's do 12 of these to make the modular frames I'm going to need to make the what's it called? Tractor. There we go. And then I need a rotor. We'll just, manually make one of those, because I can. And I do want to build factories for all of those things in due time. We'll get there. Well, good. Glad you had a good time with that. I am in no shape or position to be doing mountain climbing, but that sounds like a very fun time. I'd like to at some point. Not anything crazy. But those guys are just sitting there staring at the space elevator because I guess they're bored. Why am I not holding anything? Okay, there we go. I don't think there's anything in the MAM that we can do while we're waiting. We've already done the rebar gun. It's good that we have that. I've got some ammo for that. We're good. Inventory slots are always great, but I don't think I have... Yeah, I don't have enough stuff to do that because I put them all into the stuff that goes in the awesome sink. Alright. That's going to take a little bit more time. I do have, or I should have, I got 3 coupons here, and I have, I think, 1 in this little thing right there. Let's put the SAM in here, and put the power slug that I'm not using, the sulfur and the deuterium, then the that stuff that I can't really do anything with. I know what we can do. We can make some solid biofuel while we're waiting, because that is what that tractor is going to have to run on. And I believe... Can I open the map? No. Okay, well, that would have been too easy. I believe the place we're wanting to go is probably about here. We're going to see what happens. It might be a little irritating, but we'll get it figured out. Went motorcycle camping this weekend. Had fun until I realized I caught a nail in my rear tire. Oof. Yeah, motorcycle tires are expensive, but I'm glad you had a good time outside of that. A stack of these is 200. And I mean, we can also craft while we're out, because it has a crafting bench built into it. But I do think it would be smart of us to have as much of this as we possibly could. And it also helps free up some inventory slots as we condense some of this stuff down. So what else is new and exciting with you guys in chat? Anything? Or we gonna sit here for the next couple minutes making these logs? That's fine with me too, but... Almost. Almost. Just a little bit more. And then we'll go take off. And that'll get me to 197. That'll be good enough. Alright, I probably should not have put this right in front of the ramp. We can move one or both of those later. Oh! I vastly miscalculated all of this. Give me that. Wait, it held the progress even though I took the stuff out? That's actually really funny. Do we want to change this recipe to make reinforced iron plate while we're gone? I think the answer is yes. Let's do that. Let's just take that out. And we already know, we know the drill for getting these connected. This will make a very nice, maybe 100 stack of reinforced iron plate by the time we're done. But in the event that it does, I do want to have the output of this connected. Okay, it's not going to let me do it, leaving that there. That's okay, it was empty. And this is what feeds into the awesome sink, for the record. I was never going to have it just go straight through that, but since we're not using that, I figured that would be one of the better options we could do here. Alright, so output's going to go in here. No, not there. Output's going to go here. And then we can just let that run forever, because that is how that goes. It's going to consume 60 screws a minute. Is it exactly 60 a minute? It is. And we are producing how many per minute? I want to say it's not 60. It's probably 50. It's 75, because we've overclocked it. Okay. Well, you know what? That is totally fine. Let's just make sure we have an entire full stack. Everything else, I think we're going to be okay. How much concrete do I have? That's not the right button. Oh, okay, I've got plenty. All right, folks. There we go. Hello, Hoff. Hope you're having a good day. Let's put our tractor down. Now, Ada's going to yap at me about what this does.
Tractors can use any type of fuel and have a self-driving feature, much like Pioneers, only more reliable. Set your path up in advance using the Vehicle Path tools in your build menu. Unlike early self-driving vehicles, the tractor will not spy on you. Your employee data is already fully surveyed by other means. Further information on vehicle automation is available in the codex.
All right, thank you, Ada. Let's open the crafting bench. Fuel goes in. Well, fuel goes in the fuel thing. And we do have a decent amount of storage here. Like I said, we have the crafting bench, and then we have options for vehicle pathing. If you're not familiar, they did redo the pathing for 1.2, which allows us to either select universal or just for tractors. And you place it like you do conveyors, kind of. But I don't have anywhere for this to go right now, so I'm not going to mess with it. It'll let you do straight mode and default between 2 points, but we can't connect anything right now anyway. I watched a bunch of videos the other day. Maybe should have spent my time doing something else, but I watched a bunch of videos about making road networks and designing things in blueprints, and I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be fun. But now we're ready to go. We're going to go around, see what we see, and if something interesting pops up, take a hold of it. Otherwise, well, you know how it goes. We've already been up to the left. I've already been down there to a certain extent. I have to be careful not to endanger myself here. The vehicles do have some amount of health, but it's not really a super dangerous thing. As a reminder, we're trying to get down to about here where the Lizard Doggo Cave is, because that's got a set of Blade Runners, a Xenobasher, and a couple other things in there. And I've never done that in a playthrough, and I thought it would be fun. So, I think if I get enough speed, it should be fine to just go straight off of this. Nothing bad should happen, right? Okay, good. And this is exactly why we're in a vehicle, because you got guys like this. I want nothing to do with that. We also don't want to drive this thing in the water because it will stall, and then we have to get rid of it and rebuild it, and that's very annoying. Alright, I don't know that I can get through this way unless I find a tunnel. I do know our oil area is over here, and we want to stick to this side, roughly. So we want to go kind of back this way. We don't want to go out that way. Did I see a crash site? I don't think I did. I do want to check those out when we get there. So we might be doing a little bit of, you know, going, quote-unquote, the wrong way. But it's fine. I'm going to run this guy over because I don't like those. Alright, good job. You used to be able to just drive straight through them and then they would go all ragdoll and limp around everywhere. Tablet spontaneously rebooted. Well, maybe that's the setting that'll get you the gift memberships if somebody decides to drop any of those. You never know. That is Paleberry. Let's grab, if I can remember where it is. Oh, there's a guy I don't want to mess with over there. Time to leave. Alright, so I've not actually been to the Lizard Doggo Cave. I just kind of roughly know where it is. I'm pretty sure it's over here. We're going to have to build a bridge. But those islands over there are part of the oil area. I think we probably need to go to about here. But I also don't want to get myself in too much trouble if I can avoid it. There might be a spot here I can drive this across and it not be a huge deal. Okay, good. That does get kind of irritating otherwise. There's a lot of cool stuff over there and that we can't get to because we don't have bombs yet. That is not the... Is that the Doggo Cave? Well, we haven't been in here basically ever, so I think we might as well go ahead and check it out. Now, when I'm in a vehicle, those things can't hurt me. That's a big part of the reason why I have the vehicle in the first place. But I obviously can't drive it up this way. We're going to have to get out, and that is going to be... It's going to be a challenge. So, for me to get out of here... Oh, it actually might. No, that's going to get stuck. We're going to have to very carefully approach this. Probably one at a time in crouch mode, and hopefully that doesn't aggro the rest of these guys, because it's going to be very, very easy to get killed doing this when I don't have all my protection and everything. So, alright, they have not been aggroed. We're just going to have to sneak around and then go get back in the car. Maybe we just leave it there. Climb up inside, see what's going on. Where we were probably trying to go is down there, but I can't resist just popping in here. Even if it is excruciatingly slow doing this way. Alright, so that got that taken care of. These don't respawn, thankfully, like the other mobile ones do. Yeah, I figured Fix-It probably is doing some sort of tomfoolery like that. In-game, it just makes way too much sense. Alright, and then we've got two more up here. Well, the good news is I can turn these remains into that stuff for the MAM research that gets us the extra inventory slots. I just need 1,000 cables, which I think that factory over there has probably got many, many more times than that now. Okay, so we successfully avoided those stupid bugs. It acts like I want to go up that way, but I don't think there's anything there. Let's, before we get too far, let's equip this thing. Oh, there's a summer sloop in here. Okay, well, that's worth getting regardless. Power slugs, paleberry, mercer sphere. Seems like that also could be in this general area. All right, well, that, you know what? That's worth the price of admission to get either or both of those things. Is this going to allow me to get up here, or am I going to have to... Wait, I can phase through the ground and see what's behind this. Okay, not much. Let's just do this. Let's put in a couple of ladders that are going to help us get up and around. Who's up here? Anybody? I don't like how quiet this is. It makes me feel like I'm going to run into guys I really don't want to run into. Oh, there's a lizard doggo. Is this the actual cave? No, oh, yeah, this has to be it. There's multiple doggos. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Now, to get back to where I'm... Yeah, okay, this is the cave. This is just another entrance. To get back to where I'm going and have these guys follow me is probably going to be a huge pain in the butt. I don't think they'll do it if I'm in a vehicle. So we may have to figure something else out. But look at all this. This reminds me of Blackreach in Skyrim. There's so many of them in here. Okay. Wowee. This is cool. And worth coming in. I'm glad we didn't come in that way. Man, that is nice looking. So somewhere in here is going to be a set of Blade Runners, which that's the legs. Yeah. Oh, it looks like it's a crash site, and there is a B374 helmet. That's cool. Don't know what that is. Well, we've got motors, we've got wood, we've got plastic, we got steel beams. But where's the actual drop pod for this? Because I know there's more than this in here. Okay, there's also cats over there. / spiders. Feed all of them. I have 5 paleberries. The issue with taming them is that they will follow you, but if you go too fast where they can't keep up, they're just going to stay there. And if I'm taming them, I want them to be able to come to my totally safe and very humane lizard doggo enclosure, and definitely not an item farm. Hey, Fixed Grid. I think it's up on a wall that you have to climb up to. Okay. Well, we've got plenty to do, plenty to explore. Those poison gas things over there, maybe we don't want to mess with. But photo mode is a very, very good tool for us here. Don't like that guy. Yeah, okay, I can't really see much over there. But this does give me the impression that there's going to be somewhere a crash site for us to... oh, also paleberries. There's going to be a crash site for us to unlock. Let's grab copper sheets, motors, plastic. This early in the game is great. 130 of that. Just get wood. I don't know how much other wood I can grab. That is definitely part of a wreckage. Okay, that's more wreckage. Can I dismantle it because it's wreckage, or is that set dressing that's hard-coated? Yeah, I can actually dismantle the crash debris. But I don't see... This is also another easy way to do this, is just be in a dismantle mode and go around, and if there's crash debris, it'll highlight it. But it doesn't look like I can do anything else. Hey, Roy. We are in the Lizard Doggo Cave looking for the Blade Runners and the Xenobasher, which are entombed in here somewhere. I think there's nothing left there for us to take care of. So let's come down here. Paleberry. I do want to tame the doggos. I have to figure out a way to get them out of here without it being annoying. We'll go back out that way. Probably. Another paleberry. Yeah, there's stuff over here. That is a blue power slug, right? Yeah, it looks blue. Lighting here, you can't always tell. That looks like it could be Caterium. Okay, we don't like those guys. It's another power slug, spiders. Where, oh where? It's my Xenobasher. Where are my legs? Now this isn't really a path down here. This is more of a hang off the edge and hope you don't fall. Now, okay, that's the wrong button. Stuff over here possibly could be a help. What is... Oh, those are... What the heck is... Oh, that's just that thing doing that. Don't fall off. Don't fall off. Somewhere in here, that's a cat. Somewhere in here there's a Xenobasher. I had Waffle House earlier today. That was nice. In terms of what did everyone have for supper. Let's just make our way... Hey, steel pipe! Very good. Don't see anything down there. I don't know that there's anything else down here I can grab from that crash site. No, I didn't want leaves. I don't want leaves. Get out of here. Any spider surprise over here? No. Okay, so this is more lizard doggos. This is something I can climb, theoretically. Now, I did see... It allowed me to glitch into the wall and see through... Okay, that's the other side of the cave there. Alright, come on. Let me up here, see what I can see. Doesn't look like there's anything worth noting up here. Although this could be an exit to somewhere else. Well, nothing over here. Alright, now, I can't jump across there, nor is there anything super interesting looking. Any signs of there being something I want down here? I do not know. Doesn't look like it, and these things are super bad news if we don't have protection, which we do not. So I guess we just continue going around in here. I would have to believe that there's something up here worth getting to that's better than just a power slug. So Paleberry's not here. Mercer Sphere is that way, so it's probably not even in this cave. Summer Sloop, same kind of deal. It's probably not in the cave. Yeah, we're just gonna have to... We're gonna have to see what we can see here. Alright, let's come back this way. Can I get up on top of this to see anything? No, that's gonna push me into the void. Alright, now coming out here gives us a little bit of a better view. Okay, power slug up there that doesn't have any enemies. I know we have the rebar gun. But as soon as I start firing off at one of these... where is it? There it is. I think they're going to come out and attack me. I don't think you can kill these things, ever. You just have to have the gas mask and the suit. So, recognizing that, I'm just going to jump down here. Run around and see what we can get out over here. Yeah, no signs of anything on this side. I don't know that I can go around that way without falling off, so I'm not going to risk it. Okay, that is a cave that goes further back in. What direction? Okay, we might want to swim there at some point. Now, to get across here, we're going to want to go this way. Before we get too close... Need to make sure that nothing else is going to get, nothing else is going to get me if I crawl. And then we'll just walk up to these things and poke them until they explode. I am so far away from having nukes. They might, I know the gas pillars, the actual stone formations, the nobelisks, whatever you want to call them, those do explode if you hit them with one of those bombs, but I don't know about the living things that pop up and around. Where was that other one? Was it over here or was it back there? I think it was over here. Do not want these things flying around at me. There it is. Alright, so that should make this substantially easier. Walking around in here. Remember, we have to get back up that way to go out the way we came in. What is this? Ah, bauxite. Well, you know what? We'll go ahead and get it since we're here. Alright. Nothing else back this side. I hear that power slug going off. Anybody over here I don't want to mess with? No? Okay. Oh, no. Never mind. Never mind. I was too late. I think those things already dive bombed me, so we should be... Alright. Let's get some bacon. And then we've got to make our way up to the top, which means climbing. Or a ladder, but, you know, climbing helps you find stuff along the way. Even if it was just that one piece of bacon, that's a good thing to have. Anybody up here I'm not going to like? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, power slug. Alright, so that's good. This gives us a vantage point up here. We do have mycelia. We're going to want to have a lot of that.
The fruit of this fungus-like flora does not seem to show much potential for use. However, its mycelial network is worth further investigation. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
This is what gets us parachutes and cloth later. Man, is it really that hard to find where all that... Maybe it's over there? Ladders aren't cheating. They're an item in the game. You're encouraged to build with them. All right, let's just jump on down here. Have to remember that's where I want to go later. Let's grab a bunch of these while I can. Now, see, nothing down here. I know we can swim down there. I can't harvest that. This is going to get us closer to the other entrance that probably tells you to come into. I just feel like there's got to be something back there. Got to be something back there. Jump on this. Okay, that wasn't actually that deep. I was worried I wasn't going to be able to get out of it. That's fine. Let's just grab bunch more of these. If memory serves correct, we're going to want to have at least a couple hundred of these before we start researching, because it takes a lot to get everything unlocked. But we can also just cut down the big ones, and there is mycelia stuff in the area we started. We just can't pick it up off the ground. We have to start with this stuff. Alright, so that is waterfall. We should check behind the waterfall, because you always check behind waterfalls. But for right now, it's looking like I can get myself over this way without anything bad happening. Yeah, we'll just go through here. This is a very nice looking area. This is the entrance. I hear spiders. Oh, those aren't spiders. Those are worse. Those things will dive bomb you. Alright, yeah, go ahead. This is actually quite bad, because that could kill me. Oh, there's so many of those over there. Okay. Let's real quick eat some nuts. I don't want to go over there without being crouched to get up to there. Or I could fire my rebar at it. Anyway, I came here to find the Lizard Doggo Cave, and I found the Lizard Doggo Cave. It's just that now the problem is I got too many of these things I don't want. over here. Is this loaded? That is not nearly enough allowance for dropping off. Okay, that did open that. Okay, so that one's done. Good. I can kind of guess. Okay, that hit it, which means that's right about there. Okay, that one is done. And then I think there's one sideways? Really? Oh, that's evil. Alright, so that took care of 3 of those. Is there another one that I want to deal with? Doesn't look like it. Alright, well that was a, I shouldn't say a nasty surprise because I should have expected it. But I, admittedly was not expecting it. Alright, where's my crumbs of alien nonsense here? Gonna let me up here? No? Doesn't seem like I can... Oh, I still hear them. That means there's one somewhere. But I have enough health not to immediately get killed by all that. So let's come over here. Can't quite see from there. But there is one up there. We will have to crouch and do that. Okay, so that's how I get to my space elevator. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to come in through here. Now these guys are going to body me if I don't crouch and go up there, but I do have to get rid of these guys first. They're just gonna fly over here and crash into me because that's how that works. But now I'm crouching, which means they can't see me. I'm glad we hooked up the reinforced iron plates to a container. There it is. Yeah, because it's going to be a little while before we can get back there, because we're going to be spending some serious time over here. I have to remember not to. There we go. Get those hatcher remains. I think that was the last one. Yeah, we're good. Let's collect the remains, get that yellow slug, and then keep looking for where all that stuff is. Alright, that's taken care of. Grab this. Ooh, we are hard up on space. I will have to get rid of something at some point if I'm going to pick up basically anything else. But now we've come in, I guess, the quote-unquote easy expected route that they wanted us to come in the first time. Now, if I were looking in here, where would all of that stuff be hiding? We've been up there. We've been down here. We've not gone around this side. And we've also not gone where all of those spiders were. And I imagine that is probably where the good stuff is. If video games have taught me anything over the past couple of decades. So, we do have waterfall. We could check behind. This one probably doesn't have anything. But if I can get this to let me up here. Doesn't look like it's going to. Alright, let's go around. I don't think I can climb up the side of this. No, it's not going to let me. Not going to let me get over here. Yeah, we're going to have to take the long way around. Yeah, nothing behind here. Okay. Well, it is what it is. We are so far away from manual Dimension Depot uploading. That is at least 3 or 4 tiers away in terms of access to materials. I mean, if I found enough of this stuff beforehand... Okay, this is actually starting to irritate me. Ladders it is. This is why the game allows us to do this. So, that got me up there. We can kind of see maybe a little bit better. Okay, we got grass. I don't see anything that looks like blade runners. That's what I really want, because then you can jump a lot higher and you can run faster, and then everything else gets a little bit easier. Well. Okay, here's steel pipe. Is this where we already... No, it's not. It's not, so maybe we're going to see something over here. It's another lizard doggo. If I crash debris, clean up, then I might find something, maybe. Ooh, shatter rebar. That's useful. Modular frames, 35. 35. Oh, they're stacks of 50. That's what it is. Okay. So I should have, if that's too much stuff, maybe it's left on the ground still. Okay, what we're going to have to do, and I know it's, you're all just shivering with anticipation of this happening again. We're going to have to build a crafting bench. And then I'm going to have to condense some of this biomass and then make more biofuel, which I don't have a spot for. Hatcher protein, don't have a spot for. What can I get rid of? Power shards, I don't have one. But I can turn blue power slugs and yellow power slugs into power shards, and that frees up a space. But I'm going to have to drop something for that to work. Let's do that. That's going to get things started in Hatcher protein. Just to unify all the different stuff we're going to pick up in here. I'm sure it's going to be an absolute mess. And now I can do biofuel. We can't forget that we have all that stuff down on the ground that I dropped. Let's see. So what else is happening with you guys here? Do the released flying things expire over time? I think they just kind of go around forever. Relatively easy Monday. Yeah, it was good. I took care of a couple things for all my different projects that I'm working on here. I would imagine when we're done with this, I'm going to have to just scour the rest of this thing for clues. I'm sure it's hidden somewhere, because that's a pretty valuable thing to find early game without really messing with it too much. See, I'm so curious about if I can even find this. Because we've already found a couple of different spots with crash debris, which is a very promising thing. But I don't know where else I'd really be able to look. Just drop him to tell you you're a great creator. Just for the love of God, stop talking down on yourself. Well, that's going to be real hard to stop, but I do appreciate you. Okay, that one, the Roller Coaster Tycoon map with all of the, I don't want 2 stacks of this. Oh, that actually finished. That was very annoying because I already did it, and it took me forever the first time, and it was a little frustrating to have to do it again. But we got it done. We got it taken care of. But I do appreciate you popping in. Let's, do I want to get, I guess we can just kind of leave that alone. Where's my mycelia? Okay. So, let's think logically here. As we come in, or we came in originally, hold on, where's the map? We came in all the way up here. But this other entrance, which is a little bit more obvious, is down here. I'm assuming... Over there, we got a bunch of mushrooms here. We have this path along the outside that makes me think it wants us to go up here. But before we get too far, I do want to see if there's anything else. Okay, I can pick that up. I know we had, yeah, we had these modular frames I couldn't pick up. But the rest of this in terms of wood, it's kind of weird that these are arranged in a center... How did I... Seriously? After all that. After all that. I still don't have any space. Okay. Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is. I want that shadow rebar. That's going to be very, very, very useful. Alright, iron ore. Don't care. I have an infinite supply of you at home. Don't need to worry about keeping that. Is there anything else I want to pick up here before I go further up? I don't need the wood, but I've already got a stack dedicated to wood, so I might as well just pick this apart, see if it exposes anything else. Let's see. Can't grab all of this, can I? Maybe I can. This looks like it's about done. What? Okay, so what is the stack capacity on mycelia? Is it 50 or is it 100? I guess we're gonna find out. Looks like it's 100. Okay, so we might as well, while we're here, just get that taken care of. I'm sure there's gonna be tons of it everywhere else, but you never know. 62, 63. All right. Now I'm pretty sure they would not put this obvious of a ramp here unless they wanted you to do this. Oh, we're doing parkour. Okay. So now the mistake that they've made is they've gotten me used to doing this. Disarrayer, hello. And thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Thanks for supporting the channel. And yet again, Hoff has been neglected by YouTube. What an absolute shame. But I do appreciate you throwing some stuff to the community here. Roy's got one again. I think Roy's been hit by one basically every time he's shown up to a stream and not had a membership. So good for you, Roy. Unknown username 81, Dockerrock 2081, Nithish Kumar ED9ZG, and Can's Tea Party. Welcome to the boosters. Welcome back. A couple of those names I do recognize. I don't think I can jump across that gap without it being a big problem. So let's see that. Okay, let's trace this if we can. That goes all the way up there, so I'm not going to feel bad about putting a ladder there. I just have to know where it goes. Because I do... Hello, doggo. Okay, that goes... I'm pretty sure it goes up there. Is this the main entrance that we came in? I feel like... Oh, this has to go somewhere. Let's just do this. Okay, that's going to hit. I don't want that there. I want this to be a place where it's not going to mesh into the terrain. So let's just climb up here. We know that's where it's taking us, is to go all the way up. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a path. And if I continue going up... Alright, I guess I have to go down a little bit. Okay, we are 3... Hey, there's a doggo. That looks like crash debris. That absolutely looks like crash debris. I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to use my zoop mode. And get me 2 of those, and then I should be able to... Okay, not quite. Oh, bad idea. Okay, we're good. We're good. Oh, man. Oh, mistakes. Absolutely mistakes were made. But I didn't die, so... No, I need a... Oh, I don't have the half foundations. That's unfortunate. Well, regardless, I just wanted to get up here. So it's not that big of a deal. I just have to be able to get back down. Is it going to let me come up this way? Without the blade runners on? Okay, it is. Good. Just to kind of do a little bit of jumping. Alright, so I know if I come up here... Yeah, we are quite high, and I know it goes further up. But this looks like it could have something in it. Okay, we've got crash pieces. Anything back here buried in the corner? No? Doesn't look like it. Well, I hope there's something up here that's not just crash pieces that are misleading me. Okay, did it give me a dismantle crate on all this, or did it, no? Alright. Well, I guess now I just have to collect all the wood. And we'll see if something pops up. Oh! There they are! Okay. So now what I have to do is I just have to make room for it. I'm going to take those out. And then I want to pick up the Blade Runners. She's going to talk to me. Or maybe not. And now they're on my legs. Oh, yes. I have my jump back. Okay, well, that was worth coming up here. I don't know where the Xenobasher is. But I have the Blade Runners. That was the one I was most worried about. Now I'm very curious. I'm very curious where that Xenobasher is. What should I do with all this stuff? If I were a Xenobasher, where would I go? Well, surely they wouldn't put it in the exact same spot as these things. But at the same time, I kind of don't know where else would make sense. I don't know that I can climb up that without the aid of a ladder. Obviously can't do everything. Now, since I have the long jump enabled device, theoretically I could make that jump. Does this negate fall damage at all? Also dampens the impact of landing. Okay. That's encouraging. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. Oh, don't fall down. I'm gonna choose not to go. Although, no, there's a power slug up there. It's only a blue one, so maybe it's not that big of a deal. I feel like they just have it hidden somewhere. Because I didn't even see it after I didn't even see it after I'd cleaned up most of the stuff until I was just straight up staring right at it. So it's like he wants to go with us. But I can't take all the lizard doggos away from here. Now if I fall down into water, it's not going to hurt me from basically any height. But before I jump down from here, I really want to make sure that this is not my only thing I'm going to be grabbing. Might be around one of the nests you already visited. Is that what they're going to call those? The first one we went to had a bunch of extra materials. I feel like the Xenobasher's got that big blue bit. Like, you'd be able to see pretty easily what that was. Well, no, I don't want the conveyor belt. Let's take these out. I think if I do this exactly right, I should land on the ladder, and then I can just climb down. Yes, okay. Do we want to make a stop anywhere on the way? I don't think we care about that. But I do need to make sure, before I get too excited, I need to make sure I can dismantle that. Yes. Okay, I can reach. There's nothing above that? Okay. Just spotted you were streaming. Wanted to mention the down the political map is on Steam. Is just missing from the map tag. Yeah, I replied to somebody's comment on one of the videos saying they just need to search for it by name and not expecting it to be a map. Appreciate you stopping in. Hope you're having a good Monday. Oh, I missed having my legs so much. These are so much better than just walking around normally. It's going to make it a lot easier for us to do basically anything. Right. Well, they can't help you swim any faster, but... Oh, okay. I'm going to have to go back exactly this way and then figure some other way to get up here. Yeah, I'm going to have to jump up on top of this. No, that's not going to work. Can I get up? No. Cannot. I'm not going to be able to climb that. It's way too steep. This here, as long as I don't go off center, should be fine. Okay, No. I want to make sure I don't fall off the side. Okay. If I were a Xenobasher, where would I go? Where would I go? We already know that was way up there, so I'm expecting it to probably be a considerable distance away from almost anything. And it may even be close to where those spiders are. Well, there's a very specifically placed sun ray coming in on that exact spot. I've already cleaned a bunch of this out. So, I would imagine, if I know anything about this game, is that they like to hide stuff in interesting spots. I imagine it might even be over there. Yeah, sure is one Timberboard mod, I'll tell you what. Hope you're doing well. We're in the Lizard Doggo Cave, and I did get the Blade Runners. I don't know how long you've been watching stream, but I am now determined to get the Xenobasher also. Oh, I'm about to research it anyway, but it's more of a point of personal pride than anything else. Oh, God. Oh, no! Bad. Okay. Oh, wait. Hold on. Underwater cave? Maybe? When do I start taking damage for being underwater, I guess is a different question. Am I ever going to take damage for being underwater? Well, I know I can't really... Okay. Couldn't really see much. And am I going to get into a spider trap? Can I even go underwater? Kind of. Well, we're going toward the tractor anyway, so... Guess we'll see what happens. Okay, where's my stuff? I don't know why I'm expecting the map to show me the inside of a cave. It's not Skyrim. I just don't know, man. Like, that's where we came in, back there. I think above us is where all that nasty stuff is I didn't want to mess with. Have we been up here? I feel like the answer is yes. Oh, this is that spot from earlier I was talking about with the specifically placed sun rays. Can I can. Okay. Can I get over here? Nope. Okay. That didn't quite work. I don't know that I want to try to go through all that again. Okay, can the 4-meter ramps get me up there without it being a huge thing? I don't think so, based on what I know about ramp design. But let's do this anyway. Come up here, because I have the technology. Get rid of all that. See about getting up here. Alright, so that goes up that way. This goes up this way. I should be able to come up here. Yeah, see, those things already activated. I don't know if that's because of the spiders or not. But you know what we have. Okay, I think that was the first nest we messed with. We do have this thing. So if I can get these guys to stay in a specific spot long enough, I can absolutely kill the heck out of them. Alright. Wannabe cats. Stay in one place. Okay. That worked. That must have hit that other thing. Maybe I missed it. Okay, it has to be using that for, like, camouflage. Let's try it one more time. Maybe I'm overshooting it. Unfortunately, not able to really track this as it flies. And I know I hit it once, so it should theoretically be possible. This thing is just not playing nice here. Meanwhile, I'm just absolutely wasting ammunition. Let's got to be going over the tops of those things. Yeah, it's a good line, isn't it? Okay. I think that got rid of one of them. Oh, no, he just fell off. Okay. Well, if the fall didn't kill him, is that the spider remains down there? No, there's nothing down there. Well, I don't know that I can really go across here without dying because of the poison gas, but we did kill one of those things. Caterium I don't really care about. Is there anything up here? That's a bush. Oh, there's a rotor. Or that's a stator, I'm sorry. There is a... No, wrong button. There is a stator up there. Which makes me think that could be... That could be Artica. That could be another spot. Like another one of those nest things. The problem is, it's all the way over there. Fortunately, it's actually not that far. Let's see if I can get this to agree with me here. Alright. This will also give me a chance to look over here to see if there's anything worth grabbing. Okay, that spider's dead. I probably could get over there. I mean, we're already here, right? There's no real reason I shouldn't try. At the very least. Because if I don't have to worry about, you know, going through all of those, I can... Oh. I don't have enough space. Where have we heard this song before? Alright, you know what that means. It's time for everybody's favorite crafting random stuff. Now, I don't have, wait. I can just throw the wood away. I don't need it. Solve that problem real quick. Okay, now let's grab this guy, and then I can... I should have left that bench there, then I could have, you know, actually done something with it. Alright, so that's about to make this a very unpleasant place. But what's back here? Anything? That does look like part of a cave. I'm going to need to get a better angle at this from here. I feel like that's got to have something going on to get back there. Yes, I'm going to clean all this up later. Don't worry. I'm not a complete monster. Let's get that to be... Come on. There we go. Let's just conveniently scoot past all of this. You know, there's going to be nothing back here. Yeah, okay. Alright, I see how it is. I see how it is. But at least now we know. Now we know. And we are better for having tried. Let's just clean all these up. And then make our way over to that other part of the map that I was originally trying to get to. And that's got me there. This will get me here. And that got me across there. I don't need to worry about that. That is not in service of our current goal. It's just a side test thing. Alright, I need to make sure that I don't... There we go. Alright. Anything else worth noting while I am up this high? Doesn't seem like it. So that tree placement is intentional, and there is stuff up there. So, if I continue zooping this all the way up there... I think this is, okay, that's not going high enough, fast enough. Let's go up. I do know about multi-select. I always mess up using it, so I usually don't. Which I know that's kind of a self... Is that uranium? That is absolutely uranium. I did not know there was uranium in this cave. If I were better at this game, I would probably... I hear a sound I'd need to be taking advantage of. If I were better at this game, then I would be able to handle all this stuff, but I have a limited capacity for taking care of things. Now, paleberry's close. I don't necessarily want or need paleberries. But now I have a morbid curiosity for what's happening over here. That is, you know, among the uranium, that's another crash site, and it's going to cause me severe psychic damage. No, I don't have enough space for summer sloop, and I'm getting radiation poisoning. Okay. How close can I get before that turns on? Here? Okay. Now, folks. Now this has gotten extremely interesting. Okay, I need to get a summer sloop. Those are great. Those are absolutely, you gotta have those. Any of those you can grab. So I guess we'll go ahead and smash this slug into a tube. Run in, grab the summer sloop. Crash debris. Do I really need any more of that? Probably not. But I still have my empty slots, so that's fine. Nothing else in here. Okay, anything else over here, or is this just poison?
Effigies ripples through our temples, our veins nearly touch. It is shy. Notes shall be taken and played.
From a certain perspective, your brain looks like it is processing language, but there is no auditory data. If you are hearing voices that are not mine, this is no cause for concern. It is a common side effect of extreme pressure and stress.
Good to know. I am very happy we got the summer sloop. And now we know there's a little bit of uranium. That's not a node. Oh, hello, friends. But it is, you know, just uranium out in the world if we decide we want to, you know, poison ourselves later. Looks like this is another one of those beds up there. Let's make ourselves a foundation ramp. Then we will have to go back down that way to get that all cleaned up. But I am very excited to see if this is where the Xenobasher is. Because this is all, remember what I said before, this is all hand designed. So someone very specifically designed this to look this way for a specific reason. And if you weren't supposed to be up here, it probably wouldn't be looking this good. Hello, doggo. And I see copper sheets that I don't have room for. Not all of them, at least. I do want those stators before I leave. Crash debris is going to get me... Okay, well, I guess that works. I have so many screws, I'm not going to feel bad about throwing a bunch of them away. I just don't have time for that. I was really hoping I would find the Xenobasher up here. Oh! There's more down there. There's more down there. Whoa, you know what this is. You know what this is. We'll come back to that later. I don't think I need to worry about copper sheets. I do want the stators. And I have already taken care of everything else. I want that. I want that. But I've got to... Oh, you know what? Just get rid of iron plate. Who cares? There we go. I got the bomb. I can't set it off, but I do in fact have one. What else can I throw away that's of no consequence? Theoretically, probably should be the alien protein. Or a stack of iron rods. That's probably fine. So now I've got encased industrial beams. Don't care about the wood. I'll pick up the rest of these copper sheets, so I have 2 full stacks of that, but honestly, those are so cheap. Okay, that's how I came up here. I climbed to get to that. This is kind of in the same vein. Alright, doggo. You gotta... There it is! There it is! I knew we'd find it! That's cool. I know I can't do anything with these guys, but we'll pet them anyway. Okay, I can grab... Ah, there's a dismantle crate. Okay, we don't care about that, but... I don't know why I care about the screws either. Steel beams. Always good to have those. What else over here besides the Xenobasher, which I'm going to have to make room for in just a moment? What else is over here that is worth grabbing? Because I know we're probably not going to come back here. Alright. It's time to say goodbye. As much as I hate to say it. Actually, we're going to have like 800 stacks of this. It is definitely worth having a Xenobasher instead of having all that other stuff. Alright. Now we get to examine this thing. And then it's going to deploy and it's going to make a cool sound. Yeah. And now we have the best melee weapon in the legs. In what stream is this? 4? 3? I can't remember. Very cool. I am not going to hit that guy. That would be mean. I don't have enough space for the steel beams. I already have 200 steel beams. How many? That's 114. That's worth taking because those are annoying to get early game. I don't want to get rid of the Xenozapper. But I don't really have a use for it. I think that would be best sent into the awesome sink. Try to get some points for it. There's a decent amount of stuff that's in there. Hello, hello. We are in the Lizard Doggo Cave. We found a Summer Sloop. We found the Blade Runners. And we found the Xenobasher. And unlocked a helmet that was sitting there. So that was a very productive trip. Zappers are cheap to build. They are. They are cheap to build. And, it's just... That's what we got at the start of the game, and I'm very sentimental. Still kind of a dumb thing to get hung up on. I like that we found one of these. Even though if I can't use it. Alright, well. 180 concrete is not going to be a huge loss. I also am going to recover a lot of that just by virtue of leaving with all this other stuff. Okay. So what else? Before we leave this and don't come back, what else do we want to do in here? I know there was a Mercer Sphere somewhere. That is far enough away where I can't imagine that it's actually in here. Just based on the size of the cave. And I don't want to leave my concrete absolutely everywhere because that, well, it's messy. So I think to get up here I'm going to have to build a ladder and then pick that up when I leave. Let's try this. Not nearly high enough. Alright. Well, we'll go up a little bit more. I do need to be able to get on the other side of this and actually make some sort of progress as a jump here. Okay, that's... I don't care about the copper sheets being up there. That was almost as pointless as the first time I tried. Alright, well, new plan. We're going to have to get closer, because I want to be able to just step right off of this. Alright, so straight up from this spot. What button am I pressing to cycle through the scanner? That is the right mouse button. As far as I know, that's the only other function the thing has. So the right mouse button does all that. You can also left click and bring up your individual items. Oh, I thought it might ping it, but it doesn't. Okay. See, the fact that that's right there, it's far enough away, makes me think the Mercer Sphere is actually like way down here. But like I said, we are in a position where we need to just get out of here and go back to what we were doing. So I will do my mass dismantle, since I was asked about that. And all the concrete down here I don't think I need to worry about keeping. Not in exchange for any of this other stuff. So we'll just get rid of that. Left click and hold. Well, you can do however you want. It's not necessarily wrong. I don't think there's anything else in there. We can leave that alone safely. Oh, that actually caused damage. Okay. Let's ramp. Where did I come in? Okay, up there. And I did say I wanted to take some doggos back, or try to take doggos back. How many of these? I got 24. Okay, I'm not going to bring 24 of them back with me. I'm going to maybe do 2 or 3. and see if they can follow. I don't think they can follow the tractor. But we'll figure it out. I don't know if they will, homeward bound themselves back to base. Or if it's just one of those things where if I come across them in the wild, then they'll be available. I want to be very careful with the mass dismantle because it's very easy to get yourself in a really bad spot with this thing. Once again, just throwing concrete in the trash because we can. Now, how did I come up from here? 'Cause that's the way we came in down that way. Well, I'm sure we'll see. Just want to make sure I clean up. We need a doggo squad. That's what I'm trying to do. That is absolutely what I'm trying to do. Now, we can also put some of the stuff in the tractor, but, the tractor's not right here. So since I know we are not going to be in any danger of falling to a horrible death, I think I can justify getting this cleaned up now. With the mass dismantle. It'll give me a crate right there. And in the garbage you go. Okay, so we've done all of this. We've spent a tremendous amount of time doing this. Probably most of an hour. But we got what I came here for. And for that reason, I can consider this to be a rousing success. Now let's make our way back over this way. I see a couple of doggos. That's the exit there. There's two. There's one here. So what I'm going to have to do to make room for all of this, I want to split. There used to be I thought there was a way to, dictate what kind of split you wanted to have multiple different items. I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to put this in here. We're going to pick all this stuff up, but I want to split this so I'm not giving each of the doggos too many of these things. Okay, so I've got one. Now this guy is going to come and gobble that one up on top of the summer sloop. Oh, they're only going to eat one? Okay. All right. Is he, like, stuck in there? Okay, he didn't like that. Of course. Well, alright. It's fine. I guess I just have to pick both of these things back up. Alright, where did he go? Can't reach it? Yeah. Alright, stack of 24. Come on down. Coward. Is he upset because I've tainted it? Not enough space. Oh, because I don't have it in my hand. Okay. Well, if he doesn't want to eat it, he doesn't have to eat it. I just figured, maybe he'd want to go spend the rest of his life in a cube. Who wouldn't want to do that? Certainly not humans. All right. So I'm just going to abandon that one. Let's make our way over here, because I know we've got at least... Oh, yeah, there's like 3 of them here. Okay. I got the berries. I got the berries. Let's stick them down. Come on down. So that's going to be Gary 2. Hello, Gary 2. Welcome to the squad. Now let's go get you some friends. After I pick up my pale berries. Ursasphere is actually closer to here? Oh, I know where that one is. Alright, bud. Where are you? Okay, that's Gary. Where's the other one? I hear him. Now, I don't want this guy to eat any more of these. But I need to get this other one. Hey, bud. Come over here. Get yourself a snack. Hello, Gary 3. There you go. We got 3 Garys. Will they all make it back? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. And where's this other one? Now, these guys have really, really bad pathfinding, and they can't really climb up slopes. So you do kind of have to baby them. You see, like right there, those guys are getting stuck on the simplest of terrain. Like I can walk up this, so I would imagine they can also. But they just get really stupid. Come on. Hey, Gary, come on. And I'll just follow me up here. You can walk up that little tiny slope. There you go. Good job. All right, now. Don't get lost. Where is Gary 4? I demand Gary 4. I got those 2 clowns following me. I don't know if these guys will go down here if I have to build a ramp for them. Where's my other Garys? Well, they're not Garys yet. But there were a bunch of them over here. Alright. What we didn't know was the doggo part of the lizard dog was actually... Yeah, no brains. Little tiny dogs. Not all little dogs are dumb, but a whole lot of them are. Okay, what's going to be the best angle for me to get up here? Let's do that. And then I think these guys obviously are not going to be able to make this. And I can't because there's a creature in the way. Okay, well, let's come back over here. Maybe we'll find Gary 4. Who knows? 'Cause I don't see him. Alright, what I need is I need that to be done so these guys can walk up and then walk down. Alright, Gary, come on. Also, if they can't see you, it's a bad time because then they're not gonna. Hey, come on, let's go. Come on. There you go. Look at these idiots. Did you start Northern Forest? I did. Not ever really played up there, so that was a fun way to change things up. Alright, so they survived, leaving the doggo cave. Now, the fun thing is going to be getting back to where our base is, with them only walking. Because they, pretty sure, will not follow the thing. So I know if I walk, they can do it. But if I'm in this, I don't think they follow it. Yeah, they have no object permanence. Like, they forget that I exist if I get in the vehicle. Now, I did have an idea. That, what if I made a conveyor belt and stuck them on the conveyor belt and just sent them that way? I am just so curious to see if that's going to even be possible. How did that not? Okay. Alright, you guys, come on. Don't think they move on the belt? Well, let's give them a fighting chance. I don't think I can sink that into the ground, but I can put a ramp that goes up to the belt. That is not quite... Maybe they can hit that? I don't know that they can go through a hyper tube, but let's see if they'll come up on the belt. Alright, come on. I just need them to stand on the... Okay, they won't move on the belt. Okay, well... I guess that would probably be a little bit OP if they did. That doesn't make it not cool, though. It's an idea worth trying. I also can't build hypertubes yet, so that's not really something that's worth considering. I'm going to have to do this in chunks, it seems. Alright, you two, come on. I would maybe think about, you know, getting rid of the tractor, but I don't have space. I don't have the space to not have that. So let's take this across. Go get the doggos. Come on. Well, see, the deal with the Gary pins is I don't want to have multiple, unless, well, honestly, that would have been a good place to do it if I was going to. But, oh, they're not going to cross the water? Okay, no, they are. There you go. Come on. Anything over here that's going to kill them? Hopefully not. Let's just keep it to this beach so far. How did I kill one of them? Did I run it over with a car in the last playthrough or 2 playthroughs ago? Might be able to put them on the tractor. I don't know if it would be easy to do that. I just have to make sure I don't run them over and I don't get myself in a situation where I'm going to get killed. Like that guy right there. That guy's bad news. So if I were to say snipe that guy, they're going to just chill right there. I've got... Oh, is that a... that's a hog. Okay, I'm not really that worried about those guys. But the ones that spit fire are bad news. Well, for right now, I think it's fine for me to just kind of slowly walk. We're not that far away. Hey, come on. I can get them close enough and then go from there. As long as I don't get targeted by that other guy, we're going to be okay. So remember, I have to go a certain distance and then... What's that thing over there? See, if I don't aggro it, it's probably fine. Yeah, I think we're far enough away where that's not going to be a problem. Alright, let's make, let's keep him on this side of this little hill here. Come on. And then I have to go back and get the car. Okay, there's nobody on that side. Alright, let's leave them right here. Go back and get the car. That the guy is going to get aggroed probably, but he will immediately not be a problem because he can't attack the car, and I could just drive over him. Now, don't get in the way of the car. That is the easiest way to get yourself killed. Do you understand? Okay. Now, see, this one doesn't seem to have a problem with basic intelligence. This one keeps looking off to the distance like he's waiting for his husband to return from war or something. All right, come on. Hey. Gary the Third. Come on. What are you doing? Hello? Earth to Gary. Or is this a thing where they don't want to go a certain distance past their spawn point, maybe? If I try to... Hold on. Rename and then come back in, is he going to be... No? Well, you know, if he wants to just stand there and look stupid, then that is certainly up to him. Attempt with the berries again. That is not what I wanted to do. Hey. I don't know that they react to these. Hey. You just dumb or what? Well, if he doesn't move, he's not going to move. That is, rather annoying. I don't think they teleport to you. This one will follow. Do you think he would even pay attention to this? Well, now he's sitting down. Idle animation or whatever. Alright. I don't want to just leave him here. Didn't know they wouldn't follow you without berries in your hand. Yeah, I mean, they do. They do that. Now let's do a reload. Alright, just do that real quick. See if it manages to figure itself out. Alright, Gary 3. Hello. Come this way. Come over the hill. Oh, are we going to have to do this again already? Hey, come on. I got stuff to do. I can't be babysitting you two all day. So we are going over there. How far can I get before I have to do... Okay. So both of these guys here on the other side of the dune I think would be nice before I go back and get the car. Alright, come on. Dude, let's go. Hurry up. Gary... Okay, Gary the Third is going to be a problem child. Now I do have to be careful not to run those guys over, so we'll go around here. And our, yeah, our arch nemesis guy right here is going to be a big problem. And he's got... That's the wrong weapon to have for this. He's a big boy. I whiffed on that. He's going to be quite upset that I have smacked him. Alright, so we got 4 spitter remains if we pick that guy up, so I'll tell you what we'll do. Since I have guaranteed the safety of the Garys, let's put some of these other items in the trunk and pick that up. Alright, he's going to respawn in a little bit of time, so we will need to get moving. Look at them, they're synchronized. Their ears are flopping around. And the thing that might get challenging is when we get over into this area where it's really, really mountainous. I guess, yeah, because this, if we go by topography, this is going to be having to go this way and then maybe up there. So I'm going to leave those two right there, and we'll map out a spot for them to come from. Alright, you two, come on. It is very funny how the animations are perfectly synchronized. Okay, here's the car. Pretty sure they should be kind of safe to come all the way over here. But I lost it when I started going fast. That is a thing we can blow up. There's probably something neat inside. But I don't have the detonator. Alright, so they are going to be, I guess, right here. I'll have them wait and then go and get the car. I will not be doing this for every single lizard doggo that I come across, but having 3 of these this early in the game where they can pick up random items of basically any tier level is going to be really, really useful. Do not walk in front of the car, please and thank you. Alright. Hey. Are you Gary 3? You absolutely are. Okay. Hey. Hello? Hello? Don't tell me he's stuck too. I can only do so many of these game reloads. Alright, come on, Gary 2. Oh, you found steel pipes. Thank you very much. Now that we've interacted with you. Are you gonna join us over here? No? Okay, well now Gary 2. Now Gary 2 is the problem. So let's overwrite and reload, since we know apparently that works. Go another 200 feet and do it again. All right. You two. I wish there was a doghouse or something that once you claim the doggo, you can just build the doghouse and they spawn around there. That would be great. I would not put it past, I almost said Mechanistry. No, that's the Beaver game. Would not put it past Coffee Stain to add something like that in a future update. Like a quality of life thing. Alright, I want to make sure they're going to be in a spot where I'm not going to accidentally run over them. Now let's go get the car. Look who we found. Why, hello, little buddy. You know what your name is? I can tell you what it's about to be. Come on. You're about to be Gary number 4. Or you can be a sniveling coward. Okay. That's fine. You don't want to be what we're about. That's up to you. All right, now, which one are you? Gary 2? Where's your brother? Where's Gary 3? Don't tell me I already lost Gary 3. Alright, dude. Come on. You gotta be around here somewhere. A false Gary. Yes, he distracted me. And now Gary 3 is lost. I know he's not smart enough to go across this little river here. Alright, Gary, come on. This is like a perfect setup for that SpongeBob episode with the Gary come home thing that they hyped for like 2 months. And then it was like, oh, this is just a normal SpongeBob episode. It's not anything special. Where is Gary? Are you Gary 3 or are you Gary 2? You are Gary 2. Alright, come on. Okay, this is now very annoying. I'm sure the console commands will let you teleport a lizard doggo to your location if it's a named thing. I don't know what those are. And I also would like not to use console commands. Where is my other Gary? Where is he? Come on. Where are you? There's not that many places you could have gone. There really are not. And I know I didn't run you over. I specifically went way around you. Oh, you're the false prophet. That's what you are. Come on. No. You're not running away. You are not running away. Get back here. Get back here. Hey. All right, fine. Want to play that way? Okay, you are once again Gary 2. Everything being Gary is going to get confusing. That's kind of the point. We had the last playthrough. We had the lizard doggos all named JoJo, but we spelled them differently. All right. Gary 2. I am sorry to say your brother is an idiot and has become lost. So it's just you and me now. Maybe we'll come across him later. This is close enough now I can walk. I can just have this guy follow me. I don't think there's any Anything that can kill me over here? Shouldn't be, at least. Well, I have no doubt it will continue to escalate and it'll be just utterly ridiculous. But it's fine. This is the way it goes. So the next doggo we find and can successfully name is going to be Gary 4. We're not going to rename Gary or take Gary 3's name. We're going to instead hope that someday we find Gary 3. Some say Gary 3 is still out there, looking into the middle distance, wishing for object permanence. Don't we all? Don't we all wish that Gary 3 had object permanence? Now I do have to go back to get the car, so maybe we'll find him. Who knows? No, don't get stuck in the trees. Come on. Come on, you're better than that. Well, objectively you might not be, but... Now... The fun part is going to be getting anybody in here. I know I can just put that in. And I can take the wall out. Alright, here's your brother. Here's Gary 1. Alright. Now we have Gary 1, who has gifted us 30 copper wire. Thank you, Gary 1. And Gary 2, who I've already harvested some pipes from. So, congratulations. You now live here forever. And I have to go find your brother. Don't despawn. Which you shouldn't, but... If you have enough of these guys, then you can find some pretty good stuff early on in the game. But for now, we wait for Gary. That and continue to make advancements in the tech tree and get into other stuff, but right now I need my car. Alright, so we're back over here in the land of Gary the Third, where he was last spotted. And then there's the elusive Gary the Fourth, who is somewhere over there. I don't feel like he would have gotten super far. Oh, you are not Gary. We're leaving immediately. We need one named Busey. Okay. We can do that. We can do that. Hey, look what I see. Are you would-be Gary 4? Or are you Gary 3? You're Gary the Third. You stupid idiot. Why are you all the way over here? I'm so glad we found you. Thank you very much for the alien carapace. Come this way. We have much to do. Alright, I think I can walk across here without it being a huge pain in the butt. Gary 3 is trying to become the hide-and-seek champion. Well, best of luck, because I found him. There you go. Good job. Good job. Come on. Look who I found. That's right. That's right. It's about to be Gary 4. Or Busey. One of those two. Vote now on your phones. What's up, dude? Doggo with long name. Is that the maximum? It is not. Alright. Are we doing Gary 4 or are we doing Busey 1? Up to you guys. Don't all vote at once. Gary 4. Okay, there's one for Gary 4. Gary 5. False Gary. You know the that old urban legend about the prank where you release 3 pigs into the school numbered 1, 2, and 4? I kind of want to do that, but I also I need to keep up with the Okay, I'm going to have to end the stream here. Maybe not right now, but in a little bit. We'll go with Gary 4, just because that's going to make this a tiny bit easier. But we do, in fact, have Gary 4, and I somehow have completely filled up my inventory again. All right, Gary 3, Gary 4, come with me. the final Gary. I don't know how many Garys we're going to end up getting. Missed the first hour and a half. Yeah, unfortunately. We went to the Lizard Doggo Cave. We got the Blade Runners. We got a Xenobasher. We got a Helmet Unlock. And we have brought back with us 3 Lizard Doggos. And getting these guys to come back the correct way has been the most annoying thing of this entire stream. But we're making it work. And then we're going to have 4 Garys, who will always have some sort of interesting thing to give me of some value at some point. It upsets my friends when I list things and I say firstly A and then 2. Oh, I love doing that to people. It makes people so mad. 4 doggos, but 1 was killed. No, we didn't kill 1. We just lost Gary the 3rd. But now we found him. I went across the river and he was there being an idiot, so it's fine. We're going to build a better pen for these guys at some point. Just right now, this is what I have, so. I do want to build them a spot that has actual dirt on the ground and maybe a tree or 2, and then we'll make a little glass enclosure. We had one in the playthrough in the desert 2 playthroughs ago. All right, come on. No, 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 no. No, you get over here. I have to go get your brother. I'll be right back. No, 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 no. Hey. You come over here. You will live in this little cave / containment pen, and you will like it. All right, come on in. Come on in. All right, so we have Gary 2, who has given me screws that I guess I can go ahead and take. We have Gary 3. We already took his stuff. We got Gary 1. Ooh, yellow power slug. Thank you, Gary. And then Gary 4. A fist of Garys. Yes, you are absolutely correct. And I've got a spot for that power slug. So thank you very much, Gary. And Gary and Gary and Gary. And now we have all of our Garys in a row. That is doing its thing. How many reinforced iron plates do you think we made? Oh, yeah. Okay, we got 400. I will take that any day of the week. That is fantastic progress. I talked about doing basic steel production, but also this is going to annoy the heck out of me if this is left here. Maybe we should go ahead and do that. I don't know. Steel is going to be a great thing for us to get going. I just went and got one of these, the Xenobasher, but I want the hand equipment slot and I want the inventory slots. I have enough of these. Let's just go ahead and do this so I can pick up more stuff. It's a very, very fast one. We know we have wire. We know that's not an issue. I'll go grab all of these. Stack of 100. We've got plenty. I have to get used to my positioning again. 2 of those. Let's go over here and get wire. I want to say there could be like 100 lizard doggos on the map. I'm not entirely sure. If anyone does know, please tell me. Alright, so I've got 2 full stacks of that stuff. That should be enough for right now. I don't think the game would like it very much if I tried to have all of the Garys in one place. That's not going to stop me from trying.
Milestone reached. The Xenobasher is a direct upgrade from the Xenozapper. In the words of the engineer that first developed this tool, quote, "The zapper kind of electrocutes things, the basher straight up smacks stuff, while also electrocuting them," unquote. It is beneficial during encounters with aggressive fauna and has been tested thoroughly. The engineer's noble sacrifice for Xeno research will not be forgotten, whoever they were.
Alright, well that's good to know. We can't put anything else in the pod for another 3 minutes, but we can go ahead and get either basic steel production or one of these. obviously, to do fix-it blueprints, we have to have steel, so we can't do that first. But I think this is going to be the first one in Tier 4 I want to unlock, so we can start prototyping like modular roads and stuff, since we have the tractors. Which one of these gives us trucks? That's going to be Phase 5, or Tier 5, Tier 6. Hypertubes. Hypertubes are going to be very useful. I really don't care about jump pads. Let's just do this. Obviously, like I said, we can't do that. But I've got almost all the materials for this, minus the rotors. So we are going to change this back into rotor, which is going to be pretty simple to get taken care of. No, not that one. I just have to have a conveyor lift going back into this, and it shouldn't be that big of a deal. This does want 100 screws per minute, which we cannot feed unless we put in a Mark II belt, which we have the ability to do now that we have all of that stuff. So let's... Oh, I have to remember what the... There it is, Mark II. No, I need the iron rod. Not if I do this. Or maybe I do. No, I want... Oh, that already is a Mark II. Is it? Okay, well, I guess I was right. Okay. That's a thing we'll come back to later. 30 seconds. Yep, Crunchyroll got hacked again. That's why you always use a separate email, separate password, and all that other stuff when you sign up for these sites run by idiots who can't do basic data security. Yep. Also, yeah, definitely change your payment info. Do we want to go see if these guys have anything new? I do have spots for 4 treasures. Alright, Gary's. Hello. Gary 2 has nothing. Gary 3 has nothing. Gary 4 has 13 modular frames. That's very helpful. Thank you, Gary. And that's okay, Gary. You don't have to give me anything, because I've already got a decent amount of stuff. Okay, I'm going to get this finished as fast as possible. Got 50 of those. I've got only 493 concrete. Okay, I'm going to have to go get some more of that. But I can put what I already have into here. That's not going to be a problem. Yeah, like I said, I don't know how much longer I can go for today, but I would like to try to set up steel somewhere, if at all possible. Yeah, let's leave. Well, I do need more than I've got, so we'll let that run for a little while. Let's grab some concrete. It's nice to have a full stack or nearly a full stack, so that's going to be okay. In terms of wire, though, I am going to need... Oh, I've got more than enough. Okay, that's fine. We'll leave that alone. What happens if I do this? Absolutely nothing. We'll check on rotors in a little bit, but I need 150 of them to do basic steel production, so I'm not expecting that to be a fast process. Alright, so that's taken care of. We unlocked the extra slots, which means actually I can have a... I think it makes sense to have the rebar gun, so I have a ranged weapon as well. The Xeno Zapper, I think, is about to be fed into the awesome sink, which I can't do anything about because I don't have it hooked up to a container, and I don't want this to become a another dump thing. So I'll tell you what, let's not do that. I don't want to complicate this any more than it has to be. Let's just put this in here. Let's grab what kind of coupon stuff do I want to do? I probably don't need to. Is there any research in the MAM that I can do that I haven't done yet? I know we have the alien technology. I don't have enough of that stuff yet. Oh, 1,000 cable. I get 6 more inventory slots. That's an easy one, and then I can do that at some point. That's I'm not putting 50 of those. I should have gotten more cable aisles over here because I know there's a bunch of it in there. Results on how many doggos is inconclusive. Some people report having up to 100-ish, but there doesn't seem to be a consensus. Okay, well that's what I thought it was, about 100. So it's good to know that was mostly correct. I have 1,000 of those. That leaves me with 1 full stack. I can live with that. We're going to need to upgrade this heavily, by the way, when we get going on too much more stuff, but for right now, that's fine. Well, by the end of the last playthrough, we only ever had 2. So we've already doubled our previous best. That's not the right one. Oh, that was the MAM. Okay. Now, get that done.
Pocket dimension significantly expanded. I worked all afternoon, analyzing the transdimensional confibulatory permutations of alien DNA to achieve this. We are all doing our part for Fix-It.
Congratulations. You want a cookie? Okay, I'm not going to have any more steel until we can actually make any. But that really helps, having extra inventory space. Can't do anything with this until I have reanimated Sam. Oh, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. I have Sam. I didn't think I could actually manually do anything with it. Ho 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 ho. I think I need 10 of these. Let's check this. Let's check this. Let's check this, because I am... Oh, yes. Oh, yes, friends. Are we about to get a dimensional depot in stream number 3?
SAM fluctuator recipe unlocked. The fluctuator can mimic unique communication through patterns of electric frequencies to instruct reanimated SAM to perform specific tasks or give specific restrictions, such as matter-to-energy conversion. It can also function as matter memory, reading the exact composition and state of a collection of matter in one location, breaking it down, and near-instantly reconstructing it in another location, which has incredible potential for smart storage.
Your threads shift solid to fluid to a tapestry, matter and mind and melody.
Okay. And guess what else we've just revealed? Do you know what this is? This is the respawn toilet. You know what that lets us do? That's fun. These are actually the same exact cost, except this one requires that also. I have 2 Mercer Spheres, so I could do both. I'm not really worried about dying at this point in time, so I'll probably put that off, but this is a very cool new thing they added to the game in 1.2. Now I can die, yes. And YouTube decided to moderate that comment. I think it's going to make more sense to do the Dimensional Depot first. However, I don't have enough SAM. You have to have 11 of these, and for that, I would have to have 44 SAM to reanimate, and I only have 30. But we do have in here SAM ore near the crash site that needs 120 megawatts, and I believe the coal power that I put in is over here. I don't remember exactly. Well, that gives us something to work toward in the future. How many of these? Oh, only 30, 20, 150. I might not have time today to get the steel finished. Okay, so what we can do is we can go back up here and we can get some more SAM, or we can take a look at the coal power plant. Maybe put 120 megawatts into that thing, because the hard drive is going to be great. It's going to be great to have another one of those. I know I can put in another coal-powered generator. I have more than enough coal and water going into that to support a third, and that will give me another 75. So I'm going to take the rotors that I've already had going over here. I've got this, I've got that, I've got enough to do... Yeah, okay, we're good. want to go... Which way to get up there? Okay, it is kind of annoying to get up here, but I'm going to have to go back around. Yeah, we're going to have to go back up here. Unless I have my ladder still. I think I do. Oh, I could also kind of cheat and go up my... what's that called? Conveyor belt. There you go. Yeah, the food delivery apps are heinously expensive. At one point I had done the math, and it was cheaper for me to just go drive and get it myself than to have it delivered near where I'm at. How far? Okay, well, this is where I wanted to get up. That's good, but I still have to be able to get over this way. So let's just go around here, I guess. Now I know this is basically exactly what I said I didn't want to do, but it's fine. I don't have good vertical transit yet. I feel like the only time I could really justify paying for like DoorDash or something, I don't even know which companies are still a thing, would be if I had like a really big order for like a party or something. But even then, I probably wouldn't do it. I'd probably just go, go the day before and get stuff and, cook something. But I don't know. People have... Oh, there is the ladder. Maybe I should mark that. Okay, that guy's going to come and wreck my stuff here in a minute. Alright. Well, if I couldn't see that from over there, then honestly, that's on me. I don't know. The value proposition for me personally isn't really there. But hey, I know there's people who like can't leave their house or are too busy or whatever, and like, all right, if you can afford it, then do whatever you want. But man, it would just make me so mad if every time I wanted to get any type of food, it was automatically 3 times as expensive. And when it gets to the house, it's cold and the order's wrong. Yeah, when I worked in a restaurant, we had, I'm not going to get... Hey, guess what's over here? And I'm absolutely not leading all the way back over where we were. When I worked in a restaurant, we had Postmates, Grubhub, and DoorDash, and then we got Uber Eats. Do you know? I don't know if it's the same now. Uber Eats takes 30% of all the sales. That just absolutely infuriated me when I found that out. 30%. So, of course, we had to raise our prices so we could actually make any money. And then people would call and yell at me, because I was the one that always had to answer the phone, about why is this so much more expensive on Uber Eats? Like, look, you're the one trying to have your whatever delivered by someone who's not going to show up for half an hour, and it's going to be cold, and then you're going to get mad, and you're going to want your money back from me, and I'm going to have to tell you I don't have your money, you have to call Uber, and then they're not going to help you. So, I don't know. I have a deep hatred for Uber Eats. The others are still bad, but not quite that bad. It's awful dealing with them. This is also extremely slow because this is an impure node, but I do want to make sure that I get a decent amount of stuff done here. Yes, local places, especially pizza, not so much anymore, but local Chinese spots. If you find a good local Chinese spot that does their own delivery, and you treat them nicely, you are going to get whatever you want. Like, they'll come quick. They'll give you extra stuff. You get the... one time, we got, like, an extra thing of... they call them Chinese donuts, but it's basically just donuts. We got an extra thing of that for free. They're like, oh, hey, we really appreciate you guys ordering all the time. Here's the thing. Like, oh, that's so nice. And it's a local family, and it's people that are, they're doing their best to, help out the community, and it's not going to some Silicon Valley billionaire's bank account. I like that. Feel free to disagree, but there's a reason I was no longer a music major, and that's because I was not very good at it. Let's see. I've got 100 of this. I only need... Well, I only need 11 after I reanimate it, but that would give me 75. I don't have another, what do you call it? Portable miner, because I use that on the coal node when we make the, what do you call it? I know, very scientific terms. But I need to now get up to here. And that's where I attempted to prevent that stupid giant hog from killing me. I didn't have any good weapons, but guess what I've got now? That's right, it's weapons. So, I think I can very safely get rid of this. Oh, this guy wants to play, huh? What's up, dude? See ya. Alright, now where's the big one? There he is. Hey, how's it going? Get back here. Now, if he hits me again, I'm probably dead. But I can run away. Then he'll chase me. And then he'll hit me again, and then I will die, and then I'll actually be very angry. So let's maybe not do that. Let's let this recharge. Okay, he's done. Where are the harvestable parts? I can't see him. That's annoying. I guess I'll find him at some point. Anyway, let's deconstruct my little panic fortress here. And then try to remember how far away from the... Okay, that's the coal thing. Yeah, we'll get it figured out. I don't need a MAM here. I don't need that here. Don't need that here. Don't need that here. Have a wonderful rest of the stream. Sadly, I'd like some frames on my game and stream is not helping. I hear you, but thanks for popping in. Have a good rest of your night. No, I can't dismantle that because it's got items. I can dismantle that, and now we can pick up all of this fun stuff. We got steel pipes, we got encased industrial beams, reinforced iron plates, 25 rotors. That's helpful. More stators. What's over here? Anything? I don't think there is. I think I've already taken care of most of that. That needs 120 megawatts. We're not making 120 megawatts, but we can as soon as I put another coal generator in. And we're not far away, so it should not be a problem. I found a local Chinese place really good. Think it's Mexicans who run and cook it. It's always funny. A lot of these ethnic places sometimes are run by people of completely unrelated origin. It's very, very funny. The local place I like to go to for ramen is, I believe, Korean-owned, and they sell mostly Japanese and Chinese food, which, if you know anything about relations over on that side of the Pacific, 60, 70 years ago, that would not have gone very well. But I digress. I need to get this thing cloned and put probably right here. Let's just lock that hologram, make sure that's in the right spot. Looks like it's good to go. We, of course, have to have all of this stuff popped in the exact right spot. That looks good. That is in there. Grab a pipe. Pipe goes there. Pipe goes here. Pre-fill this before it gets too crazy. And then I need to have a conveyor lift coming out. Turn that this way. I always like to do that. Then put a splitter directly attached. And then, since this takes so little per thing, it's not going to be a huge problem to just get that sorted like so. So that will have coal. I'll just jumpstart that with what we have right there. This is not connected on the back side, but it is not going to be very hard for us to do that. There we go. I know this is ugly. It will be better when we actually properly rebuild everything here. But now we have, or should have, yeah, total capacity of 225. And the total load we have right now is about 81. So we do have headroom, albeit very briefly, to hook up 120 megawatts. How far are we off from wheel technology? Well, we have vehicles. Mine is back at the base, but I can make a tractor, and we can make truck stations, and we can have all this other stuff taken care of. I just don't have anywhere for them to go right now, so I haven't really been worrying about it. Let's, before things get too crazy, just put another power line here so I can attach to it, and then let's go back toward what I was trying to unlock, which I think is over here. I know it's too long. I just have to be able to get this to a spot where I can actually reach it. Okay. We have not regressed to that point. Okay. You guys got jokes, huh? Anyway, we've got 120 megawatts. We can open the door. We can get our hard drive. And then we can yeet it and delete it. And there you go. So I've got, we already know we have power down to the main base. We don't need to really worry about keeping any of this. We'll go ahead and remove that. But I'm going to leave that one in place there. And I think this is operating just about as well as it can right now. These consume 15 per minute. This is a pure node. I have a Mark 1 miner on, so it's putting out 120. But this is only Mark 1 belt, so right now this is about as good as we can get. I've got enough to make another one. Oh, happy day. I didn't think I could do that. That is going to make things so much easier if I can have that taken care of before I go away here. So that goes out to there, that goes out to there. Friends, that is a perfectly aligned coal power generator. You know what that isn't? A perfectly aligned T-intersection. T-junction, whatever you want to call it. I want that to go here. Okay. That was the mistake that I had made. Let's just, you know, fix that real quick. Come on. There you go. And then I just have to get this done. Both of those line up. There we go. Get the pipeline in. Doesn't want to snap very nicely. This will max out our current setup in terms of the available coal transit, but I think we are going to be... Nope, I don't have the splitter on there. No, I don't want the lift, I want the splitter. I want the input to come from that side. Okay. That's going to go in here. And, of course, the input goes right to there. And then, because I put this other thing, and I know this is super ugly again, we're going to make it better. Ideally, only after I get daisy chaining unlocked, but that, I think, is locked behind the Caterium tree. This should be, once it has enough fuel in it, which I think that would take care of that. Should be enough for us to do quite a bit without having to worry about power demand. Yeah, total capacity now is 300. Maximum consumption with what we have hooked up is less than half. That's good. Does high power transmission stuff you've not unlocked yet make much of a difference? No, because any amount of current can go through a single wire. The game doesn't care. The only difference that would make would be convenience and aesthetics, because then you have the high towers. And when you get zip lines unlocked, those are much easier to traverse. But I'm feeling really good about this. We got a hard drive. We do need to analyze that, and instead of waiting until we get back, I will just build another MAM, get that started, and then we'll make our way back to the base. And then it's probably going to have to be the end of stream, because I do have to record a video for tomorrow. And that is the that's the Ant Farm series that we're working on with that. And that one is, well, if you watch the videos, you know. We're in a bit of a very, very potentially bad trouble spot, and I don't know how I'm going to solve that problem yet. So we'll see what happens. Please don't die, thank you. Just very carefully sliding down the hill here. And that maybe warrants having a ladder or something over here. Well, I know what we're about to do. Jump on this guy. You're going to poke a hole in the beaver dam and plug a hole and let it drain some? I'm thinking about it. That one, next video will come out on Wednesday. And I do want to try and get Project 1K done. I just had to put that to the side because, well, obviously. But we'll hopefully have that finished within the next couple of weeks. It just takes a really long time to record. And then I want to get Ant Farm done soon-ish. But we do still have probably until about episode 30 on that one, I think. Which normal series length. And then outside of that, I've got, of course, the live stream series. Don't know how long that one's going to go, but we got at least another couple weeks of that. And then the Folktales one. Probably until about episode 30. Why did it censor you saying boing? That doesn't make any sense. Alright, now, Mr. Bean, I need you not to go anywhere. Oh, I can also just hit pause. Because I had to uncensor the word boing from chat. Thank you, YouTube, for your tireless pursuit of extreme, ridiculous chat moderation. Alright. So that goes up there. I kind of feel like this would be a good spot for an elevator, but I don't have elevators yet. Yeah, the censor bot was getting bored because Kurt's not here. Yeah, you figured it out. You know what's up. If we had a... okay, I didn't necessarily want to do that. If we had a zip line, this would be awesome. We could just go straight downhill. But we don't. Concrete, I want to make sure I've got plenty at all times. Oh, I said I was going to improve this, and then I completely forgot to do that. We're going to leave this alone. What about Boeing? Good question. I'm not sure even Boeing knows. Alright, how are we looking with this? I got 69 of these, which means I actually have 113. Okay, well, you know the drill. I told you guys I'm not going to manually craft any of the parts for these milestones. See you, Disarray. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your support earlier. I appreciate it. So I do unfortunately have to wait for 36 more of these to get made. Can we speed this along? I know this is not really a very good factory setup. We're going to improve it. So this is 4 per minute. I have extra power. All right, here we go. 250%. That's going to give us a whole 10 per minute, so it's still going to be, you know, a little while. But I need to make sure this isn't going to completely explode. 15 megawatts before to 50. But hey, we can do it. So I think it's about time we go pay a visit to Gary, and Gary, attorneys at law. Of course, this one's... Are you Gary 3 that was turned around? No, you're... Oh, yeah! 9 computers. Look at that. This is why you have Blizzard Doggos, folks. 9 computers. 30 copper wire. 7 rotors. That's very helpful. And this thing. Well, thank you very much. You've all been very useful. Now, I didn't make these rotors. Gary found them. Which means it's fair game. Now I only need 29. And I've got 9 computers. I'm in tier 3. Right? Yeah, I'm in tier 3 and I've got 9 computers. Saw a thing the other day where someone said they don't pay for AI, they go to the Chipotle AI ordering system and answer coding questions. Yeah, so you can actually do that. I don't know exactly where, but supposedly you can also do it with the Amazon one, where if you go in there and you say, like it says, oh, I'm only supposed to help give you buying decisions, but you say something like, before I buy, can you tell me how to, you know, X, Y, Z? And then it's like, certainly. Last night I launched the Earther Cultivator for the first time. Probably going to start my first Iron Tooth colony tonight. It is so much fun. And you've made a lot of good progress if in the past, what, 2 days? Was the last time we had a Satisfactory stream? Was that Saturday or was that Friday? I think it was Friday. So 3 days. Well, anyway, you got there pretty quick. Very interested to know your thoughts on the Iron Teeth after you get into playing them. I like them a lot more than the Folktales just because I prefer the way their buildings are set up. But of course, everybody's going to have their own preference. Alright, we only need 6 more rotors. I think those will be done within a very short period of time because this is now in Turbo Extreme mode. And it is going. Yeah, it's basically already done. Yeah, this one is going to be the last one. I'm going to leave this on turbo mode. And then I think that's going to have to be it. Alright, 6 of those. Let's launch the thing. Complete tier 3.
Milestone reached.
100
Coal
bots would
and
do it for
iron
sure.
Can be combined in the foundry to start steel production. Project part number 2, the versatile framework, can only be created via automation, not at a crafting bench. Delivering these to the space elevator is essential if we are going to complete phase 2 of project assembly and save the day. Fix it, and humanity is relying on you.
Alright, so we've got now all of tier 3 completed. Technically we have all tier 2 except nobody cares about jump pads. I think based on the fact, oh, it's going to take 8 minutes to come back. We're not doing that today then. But this is, at this point, cheap enough for us to just do it and not worry about it. But the next thing after that, folks, blueprints are going to be absolutely awesome because, oh, I've done a bad thing. I've done a bad thing. Now, those of you who have played this game before will know immediately what I did. Those of you who have not played the game before, you might need a little bit of education here. So I forgot that the water extractor can only supply enough water for 3 coal power plants. Yep, not enough water in the coal. You got it exactly. And what did we do before we left the coal area is we put in a 4th coal power plant. We were fine on the input for the coal, but the input for the water was not enough. So our options are as follows. Step 1, obviously we're going to have to restart the generators. That's always kind of annoying. We have a biomass burner over there. That's not going to be a problem. Option 1 is we overclock the water extractor that we already have. Option 2 is we build a second one. That is probably the smart way to do it. I think that is what we're going to do because we want to future-proof anyway. Oh, good. We have exactly 10 rotors. Good, good, good. So now we just have to go back over here and figure out what we're doing. Now that we know there's a ladder, or we already knew there was a ladder, I just didn't remember where it was. Do you have a pipe merger? There is a, I think I did a T-intersection or something. We'll figure it out. It's not going to be a huge deal to get that done. You just have to, actually do it. Oh, good. These guys are over here protecting something. Couldn't tell you what. That doesn't matter. They can't climb. Yeah, the power grid failure sound is a nightmare fuel tier sound for people who are into this game. All right, now we just climb over the top here. Don't fall off the edge. And then we have to take quite the trek to get back over to where we're trying to go. But it saves us a lot of walking, and at some point we will have the zipline unlocked, and then we'll be able to just go up the zip lines all the time. It'll be nice and easy. Oh good, the MAM research is complete. I totally forgot about that. Well, we'll check that out when we're finished here, and then that's probably going to have to be the last thing we do today. Yeah, so you can see here I put in a 4-way junction. So all I've got to do is just get this hooked up on that side. I think I can just jump out of the water. There we go. There is water in here, and I think probably what happened is I overloaded the power grid with my overclock, and this guy wasn't able to keep up. So I'm going to turn it off, and then I'm going to try to restart the power grid from here. And when that's actually operating, it's going to be easier for us to get this taken care of. Let's just clone this. Put this on the correct setup here. Get it as close as we can. It says it's about there. Get that. Get that. Okay, it's shut down because it's not putting enough water out. Yeah, okay. This is, well, there's water in the pipe. There's water in the pipe, so why... Why does that have smoke coming out of it if I have it turned off? Okay, so this has enough. This has enough. Why are we shutting down if we have enough... Ah! Okay, this probably isn't enough water to run that. What about this guy here? Definitely not enough water. Okay. So what we're going to need to do... This is still connected to the entire grid. I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to take this down to where the water extractors are. And I'm going to have the... or maybe just the new one, actually. Just run by itself. I can put that there. It doesn't really matter. Just get this thing operating to some degree. And that makes 30, which is... This consumes 20. So as long as this can get enough water pushed through here to supply all of those guys, then I think we're going to be in a good spot. Efficient way to dismount the ladder? Absolutely. Why are there giant flesh balloons? Oh, these? They're a type of mycelia, I think. I've not actually cut them down. It's just an alien planet, you know. Alien planet things are going to be alien planet things. This is connecting there. It's not going to really look great depending on where I want to put this. I think we're just going to have to choose to ignore how ugly some of this is. And just move on from there. I'm going to disconnect that. We're going to go here. That's going to connect there, and then this will connect up here. But I do need to make sure we have enough water in these coal plants before I actually restart the grid. We know this first one was fine because that's how the manifold works. Okay, it's got 22 something. This should... I think that's going to be good. I need to build a catwalk to get on top of these, but we're not there yet. We'll get there. We will get there. So what I'm going to do now is pull the fuse. It should be prepared. Yeah, that seems like it's doing okay. Let's disconnect this now, and then connect that to there. I know it's going through the turbine, but it's going to be alright. I will leave this here as our emergency restart thing. We don't need it up on this side. And then I can turn on this last coal generator, and I think we'll be good. Yep, there we go. Alright, so we hopefully are in a good spot now. This planet's one Bronze Age society away from recreating the Hindenburg out of mushroom steaks. Catwalks can be purchased in the Awesome Shop. And I was going to do those at some point when I actually figured out what my design for this was going to be. But we have quite a bit of other stuff to do. And I may end up tearing this out and redoing it on a different axis so that we can have a slightly better setup. And I can put in enough stuff here. We have 2 more pure coal nodes, so this would also be a good place for us to do steel refinement. Provided there's iron nearby. Which, I think there's some... Yeah, there's some right there. That's a pure node. We have those that are already used. That is a pure node. So I imagine probably in this area we're going to make some sort of steel factory. Maybe halfway between here and just bring a bunch of coal out. 'Cause I don't think we're going to want to be on coal power long enough to make a huge coal power plant. Pumping 240 cubic meters. Yes, the pipes can hold 300, by the way, if you're curious. So we're pumping theoretically. We're not consuming, but we have a pumping capacity of 240 cubic meters. Each of these takes 45. So, I think that actually means... Okay, well, I don't want to think about it too hard because my brain's going to combust. Anyway, all you need to know is that this is fine now. That was not a smart choice. I was supposed to do this intelligently, and I did not. I definitely want to make a shortcut to get up here. Why don't we take a moment here to actually make that possible? Surface is too uneven. Cry about it. Oh, I don't have enough iron rods to go any higher than this. That is unfortunate. Because I can't make any more, and I'm not going to go and come back. We'll just deal with it. Alright, well, best laid plans and all that. Let's just make our way down here with as few broken bones as possible. That's not going to go well. I don't want to mess with that guy. That's going to hurt. Oh well, life goes on. We can slide. You know what else we can do? We can come across here and get rid of this stupid thing. Use tractors to move the coal. They're not going to be as efficient as just having conveyors. And the pathing is going to be a nightmare. The trucks are going to be much better served when we get to fluids, because you can carry more with trucks than you can with the trains. Damage to fix-it property has always been my understanding that the game's talking about the Pioneer. Trapping a bean at the bottom so you can just jump all the way down. That would be a good idea. I don't know if they ever despawn or not. No, this is going to actually cause damage. Not that much, though. Okay. So, we managed to solve that problem. I did say we were going to maybe do jump pads. So, we might as well just knock that out because I'm already here. So that's, I need 30 more, and then I need 50 rotors. Am I still making rotors? I am, but not quickly. But now that I know we actually have the power to support this, guess what? We can turn that back on turbo mode, and I can go grab another stack of these. We can check our hard drive recipe. Maybe we got a cool early game one. And then, hopefully by the time we're done messing with this, we'll have all those, and then I don't have to worry about jump pads not being unlocked. Okay, so we have alternate bolted frame or alternate bolted iron plate. Now, what makes the iron plate annoying, the reinforced iron plate, is that the recipe is very slow. And this one is 15 per minute. I believe that's a lot faster. The bolted frame isn't any faster, but I think it's a better... I think it's a better recipe. I'm gonna look this up. Can I? Yeah, let's check. The recipe for the modular frame. Normally, okay, this actually is going to show me the alternates. I didn't think it would. Yeah, so the bolted frame is actually 2.5 times faster, and instead of having the iron rods go right in, it uses screws. It's actually the same quantity. No, it's not. It's more screws. Is this actually a better recipe? It's a faster recipe, which is fast. There. Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. We do have a reason to make and use jump pads and the jelly and all that. Good spot for steel by the beach. Okay, well, I have all that coal over there is why I thought about maybe doing it there. Okay, so bolted frame is what we were looking at, and then the other one was for reinforced iron plate. It was bolted iron plate. So this is actually 3 times as fast, and it uses more than 3 times as many materials, but it is faster. Same amount of iron plate, and it uses like an additional 30-something or maybe 40-something% as many screws. What do you guys think? Do you think bolted iron plate is a better option than bolted frames in terms of getting alternate recipes early on? I have a build for bolted making modular frames. Okay, so I'm assuming you like this one then. This being used in versatile framework is also very tempting. I think you should go with the one that is better. Yes, that is the goal. Oh, okay, these are the alternate recipes we've been exposed to, but maybe not necessarily selected. Okay, I don't really care about that. Bolted frame, bolted iron plate. Well, I mean, it could show up again if we find another hard drive. Let me see what the Google has to... No, I don't care about all these stupid notifications as soon as I pick up my phone. I'm not opening Instagram. I don't even use Instagram. Why do I have that installed? Versus bolted iron... I can't think and talk at the same time. Bolted iron plate versus bolted frame. Of course, no one's going to have that exact comparison. Okay, what is this? Okay, so this person... Oh, it's Reddit, so, you know, take that with a grain of salt. Quote-unquote, bolted plate is garbage. Bolted frame isn't that much more iron expensive than the default, and it uses ... No, I'm not downloading your apps. Stop it. Okay, that's stitched iron... No, that's not what I asked. Bolted plates and frames every time, more output per minute, easy screws with steel screws, what's not to like? Both recipes are garbage. Use only if you have the ingredients in storage and want to make some reinforced plates, modular frames quickly. Never use them in an actual factory. Okay, that's that. Now, I do have... Keep in mind for the screws, I do have... Where are screws? I do have the cast screws, which is what I'm currently using. So I don't have to have that additional step. Steel screws, that's a really good one. Because it makes 260 per minute. Okay, you just said bolted. Both of these recipes have the word bolted in them. Which one are you talking about? Although I'm tempted... based on this, I'm tempted to go for the, See, I don't know, I can't decide. Or I could just rescan it and say, forget it. Alright, well, you know what? I think we'll just leave it. We don't have to pick one right now. That is an improvement they made. Where you can just have a library you can select from if and when you need it. So yeah, I think that is going to be about all the time I've got to do this today. I'm going to pop this in here so we can have the jump pads at least finished. And then we will actually be done with Tier 2 and Tier 3.
Milestone reached. The Fix-It jump pad combines high technology and innovation for optimized factory traversal and an ideal travel experience. Clarification. Ideal travel experience not guaranteed, individual results may vary. Pioneers are responsible for all workplace accidents resulting from jump pad usage.
Alright. Well, all we have left at this point is everything here. Here's the big power towers, and you get the batteries and everything. And then hypertubes up here, but we do have to have steel to actually build this. So we can't really do too much else until then. That being said, we're not that far off from having the blueprints read. See, this is how people play this game for like 10 hours. Okay, I don't have 100 modular frames. That's fine. Alright, let's say hi to the doggos again, and then I absolutely have to stop streaming so I can do tomorrow's video. Alright, Gary, and Gary, what you got? Alien Carapace, thank you, Gary 2. Hey, modular frames from Gary 3. Gary 4 has Caterium, quick wire. And what's Gary 1 got? 9 more computers, you absolute legend. Well, thank you very much, Garys. You have contributed bountifully to the excellence of this factory, and Fixit appreciates your hard work. So, I'm going to go ahead and say this is it. We will pick this back up sometime this week. I don't know exactly when, but I am very excited to get, hopefully pretty far within the first week or two of launch. We're coming up on a week tomorrow, which we've already gotten pretty far. We've gotten a lot of good stuff done. I appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate all the support, and we'll see you at some point again, hopefully soon. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.